Karthikeya. The Puranas describe Karthikeya as a son of Shiva as the commander-in-chief of the celestial army. He is also known as Subramanya, Skanda, Guha and Kumara. To the Tamil-speaking people, he is Murugan. The six-headed, 12-armed Karthikeya, seated on a peacock, is the symbol of youth, beauty, valor and supreme wisdom. Let's get into the details of the story. Karthikeya, son of Shiva. Karthikeya. In ancient times, the Devas and the Asuras were forever at war, and often it was the Asuras who were defeated. After one crushing defeat, an Asura king named Akhirsen went to his daughter Maya, a sorceress. The Devas are victorious again. Oh, the shame of it! Don't worry, father. I will not rest till I teach the Devas a lesson. Taking the form of a beautiful woman, Maya went to the forest where the great sage Kashyapa sat deep in meditation. I will marry this sage and bring forth children more powerful than the Devas. Her magic changed the place into a pretty garden where she danced and sang melodiously, till the sage looked up. Please let me serve you as your wife, O Holy One. How can I refuse you, noble maiden? Sage Kashyapa and the Asura princess lived happily in the forest. In due course, a son was born to them. You, my mighty Surapadman, shall be the lord of the three worlds. Later, Maya gave birth to two more sons whom she named Simhamukha and Taraka. I can't wait for the day when you will conquer the Devas and make them our slaves. The virtuous sage, of course, was ignorant of Maya's designs. So when the boys came of age, I am going away, my sons. Take care of your mother, lead a virtuous life and be devoted to the Lord. Now is the time to act. Propitiate Lord Shiva and obtain boons which will make you invincible. As you wish, mother. The three left home and performed severe penances to win the grace of Shiva. But their efforts did not bear fruit. So Surapadman, the eldest, jumped into the sacrificial fire. But the next moment he was saved from its flames by Shiva himself. Why are you sacrificing yourself? Lord, I want to be the master of the universe. I want to have a body that will not perish. No one can have an immortal body, but you will be invincible and rule the universe for a long time to come. You shall not be defeated by any power except mine. Intoxicated with triumph, the three brothers returned home and told their mother about Shiva's boon. At last, my dream will come true. Yes, we don't have to fear anyone. We will soon drive the Devas out of heaven. Then, ravaging kingdom after kingdom on their route, they came to Devaloka. There, in the fierce battle that followed, the Devas were routed and then taken captive. Later, how does it feel to be in bondage, O Indra, king of the Devas? Is that Vayu? How deflated he looks. What should we do with him, brother? We will make them our slaves. Indra will be our fisherman and Vayu our sweeper. And Surya will make a fine ball for our children. A brilliant idea. Ha. Surapadman had a magnificent city built by Vishwakarma, the architect of the Devas. He called it Mahendrapuri and made it his capital. The Devas, meanwhile, were lamenting their fate. They have imprisoned even the valiant Jayanta. What shall we do? Jayanta is Indra's son. How long can we suffer this humiliation? Shiva had promised to help us. That was long ago. Let's go to Kailas once more and pray to him. Have you forgotten what happened to Kama when we last visited Kailas? Kama, the god of love, had been burnt to ashes when he had tried to disturb Shiva's penance. Later, however, he was restored to life. Shiva, happily married to Parvati now, is more compassionate and will surely listen to our prayer. Yes, let's go to Kailas once more. At Kailas, Lord, drunk with the power The mean Asuras have made us their slaves. My son Jayanta is their prisoner. Be patient, your miseries will soon end because their days are numbered. Then Shiva assumed a form with 6 faces, from which 6 divine sparks shot forth, dazzling the Devas with their splendor. The child born out of these sparks will slay the Asuras. Shiva then assumed his original form. Vayu, you and Agni carry these sparks to Ganga. She will carry them to Sharvana on the Udaya mountain. Agni and Vayu flew with the sparks to Ganga. Shiva has asked you to carry these to reed forest on the Udaya mountain. As soon as Ganga brought them into the Sharvana, the sparks turned into 6 babies. Just then 6 celestial nymphs called the Kritikas happened to pass by. Newborn babies, 6 of them, 1 for each of us. And the Kritikas began to cuddle the infants. The Devas came on the scene a little later. Look, the child. You mean children? And then came Shiva and Parvati, Shiva's children, my children. As Parvati stepped closer, the babies merged into one. My son. He is my son. I held the sparks. No, Agni, he is mine. I brought them to this forest. My forest, O Ganga. He was born in my forest of the reeds. He is my son. But we are the ones who nursed him, O goddess of the forest. He is our son. Peace, peace. As Parvati's son, he will be named Skanda, and as a son of the goddess of the forest, Sharavana, as the Kritika's son, Karthikeya, and as Ganga's, Kumara, as Agni's son, Mahasena, and as mine, Guha. How will I fondle a baby with 6 heads? The next minute, my son! Karthikeya was now like any other child. Soon, 9 divine beings emerged from the lake. Those are your Ganas, Veerabahu and his companions. Then, after the Devas had worshipped Lord Karthikeya, Shiva took him to his own abode at Mount Kailasa. One day at Kailasa, Parvati, the time has come for Karthikeya to subdue Tarakasura, Simhamukha, and Surapadman. But he is just a child, my lord, and they are mighty warriors. Yes, but he is the child with the divine spark. Besides, his Ganas will go with him. Shiva summoned Karthikeya and Veerabahu. Get ready to attack Surapadman and his brothers. When the preparations were completed, you shall lead the Devas to victory. Crush the Asuras and liberate the Devas. Here is the matchless well. Your spear, may success be yours. Armed with the spear, Karthikeya set out in pursuit of the Asuras. After he had covered some distance, you will have to face me, young boy, before you proceed further. It was the Asura, Krauncha, in the form of a mountain. Without a word, Karthikeya hurled his spear, and Krauncha was no more. When the news reached Taraka, Krauncha destroyed by a slip of a boy? Well, let me go and size him up. When he came face to face with Karthikeya, don't misuse the weapons granted to you. Release the Devas. You and your brothers will be forgiven. How dare you, you impudent boy! Get away before I kill you. Victory to Shiva! This weapon, the weapon given to me by Shiva, cannot fail. You have exhausted all those weapons, Taraka. Now let me try the one I have. Karthikeya's spear found its mark. Tarakasura is slain. Victory to Karthikeya. Later, Veerabahu, Tarakasura's death may have brought his brothers to their senses. Go as my envoy to Surapadman and ask him to stop persecuting the Devas. As you command, my lord. When Veerabahu reached Surapadman's capital, Mahendrapuri, before I go to Surapadman, I must see Jayanta. he changed himself into a tiny insect and flew into the city. In the prison, Jayanta, Tarakasura, is dead. Lord Karthikeya will soon rescue you. Then he flew into Surapadman's court. I will assume my own form now. Will Surapadman offer me a seat? The next moment, a throne for me. It must be the work of Lord Karthikeya. Who are you? I am Lord Karthikeya's messenger. Karthikeya, the boy who slew my brother? Yes, Lord Karthikeya wants you to release Jayanta and stop torturing the Devas, or else you will meet with the same fate as your brother. A mere child dares threaten me? Where has he gone? He has vanished. There was an uneasy silence for a moment. Then Simhamukha spoke. My instinct tells me that this Karthikeya is no ordinary boy. Remember, Krauncha, Taraka, why don't we release? Simhamukha, coward, not another word. Brother, it is unfortunate that wisdom is often mistaken for cowardice. By speaking out, I have done my duty. Now it is for you to take the decision. I will go by it. It's war against that impudent boy. Meanwhile, Veerabahu had reached Karthikeya's camp. It's no use. Surapadman wanted to capture me too. Well, we'll meet them in battle. Prepare to march to Mahendrapuri. When Karthikeya's army reached the outskirts of Mahendrapuri, Surapadman sent his son Bhanukopan to subdue them. Bhanukopan fell upon the Deva army. On the second day of the battle, come Bhanukopan, today you shall not return home. I certainly won't, not till I have killed every one of you. Veerabahu rushed at him and the two fought long and hard. At last, Bhanukopan fell and the Asuras fled in panic. The death of Bhanukopan shook Surapadman. Save us, Simhamukha. I will do my best, brother. So the next day, Simhamukha led the attack. The army of the Devas reeled under his onslaught. Then Simhamukha sent a missile which wound itself around Veerabahu, his brother, and the rest of the army, and hurled them far, far away from the battlefield. But Karthikeya, meanwhile, had sent forth several missiles to counter the move. Soon, then Karthikeya turned his attention to Simhamukha. You should not misuse the powers acquired by you. You should. Have you come here to fight or to preach? After a fierce battle, Karthikeya hurled Indrayudha at Simhamukha. Indrayudha is the Indra's weapon, the thunderbolt. As Simhamukha fell, your weapon has shattered my ego. Now I see you in all your glory, O Lord. Bless me. The merciful Karthikeya blessed Simhamukha. You shall serve goddess Kali as her vehicle. The next day, Surapadman himself led the Asuras to the battlefield. We must defeat Karthikeya. Show your mettle today. When he came face to face with Karthikeya, mercy or doom, choose. Impudent child, I have come to silence you once and for all. The two foes met. This boy is not as raw as I had expected. Why, he fights like a seasoned warrior. I will have to resort to sorcery. That's the only way to quell him. The next moment showed all the dead Asuras on their feet and Surapadman up in the sky in a chariot. My brave Asuras are up again. Karthikeya, save yourself now. This Astra will take care of your Asuras, and this of your chariot. The next moment, what is this? My chariot is moving towards that boy. I must thank you, Surapadman, for providing me with an excellent chariot. I will change my form and attack him. Surapadman quickly assumed the form of a huge bird and charged at Karthikeya. Karthikeya, however, using Indra in the form of peacock as his mountain, lashed out at him. But Surapadman escaped in the nick of time by taking the form of a tree. Learn, O blind one, darkness cannot hide before light. As the spear cut the tree in two, Surapadman emerged unscathed in his natural form. I'll crush him with my bulk. Surapadman charged towards Karthikeya. I'll crush you underfoot, and that will be the end of you. Quick as lightning, Karthikeya hurled his spear at him. And as he fell, a great change came over Surapadman. Lord, pardon me. I repent for my evil acts. Lord, I seek refuge in you. Karthikeya looked at the fallen Asura with compassion. Surapadman, repentance washes away all one's sins. You shall serve me as my vehicle and also as my emblem. Thus, Surapadman assumed two forms, one of a peacock to serve as a vehicle to the Lord, and another of a cock to adorn Karthikeya's flag post. O Karthikeya, we bow to you in reverence. Let's meet again with another story. Please like, share and subscribe for more upcoming videos.